So welcome to the lucky number 69 of the Take One podcast. I am your host, August C. Jones, and today I have a full agenda of things I need to talk about. So this will definitely not be a 20 to 30 minute show. This will probably be a 30 minute to 40 minute show. But I'm going to try and get through as much as I can through without taking up too much of your time. There's a few things on the docket that I'm going to talk about. Of course, Avengers, because that's still in people's minds, in how it ended and everything else. So, and everything moving forward with that, and plus how it's just dominating the, box office, as well as I'm going to be talking about, as far as dominating, I'm going to be talking about what will dominate this month. I know I put this out a little bit late, but it's not too late. It's still the beginning of the month, so I can still talk about the movies that I feel will dominate toward going basically at the end of this month. In the next couple weeks, I probably might be doing what dominated last month, so we all know what dominated. But in any case, also I'm going to be talking more about the MoviePass thing because they had a few more things happening with it, as well as a few trailers that I'm going to have to get into. And of course, the box office and everything else. So yeah, man. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing I'm going to talk about is the whole MoviePass thing. Now, for those who know, if you've listened to my podcast, I have this thing called the MoviePass. Now, in short, it's just basically it's a month by month subscription service where you get it. You get the app, you download the app, you subscribe to it, you get a card, and you can use it, and you only pay $10 a month, and you can see a movie a day with it. Basically, that's really it. It has its pros and cons, but I do have a podcast up for that basically just goes over the pros and cons of it. I'm going to actually put a link down in the description below. That way you guys can hear about it. That way I'm not sitting here going over it every single time I talk about MoviePass and whatever the hell. But yeah, it's a subscription service that I have, that I love, that I use. But lately, they've been kind of screwing with stuff. Actually, it's stuff that I've dealt with today that I'm going to get into. I'm going to try and go through this without speaking a lot on it because I have a lot to say about it. So I'm going to try and minimize it. So MoviePass, they basically had the $10 a month subscription ever since last year. I say around August last year. And they basically had a spike in subscriptions. Of course, me being one of them, paid $10 a month and you can see a movie a day with it. Great offer. And so as of the past month, they put in another deal. Now my deal, what my subscription and what a lot of other people's subscription is, you can see a movie a day for $10, wasn't affected at all with this change. But it wasn't even a change, it was just a limited time offer to where they offer you a $10 deal, and then you get to see a movie a week, and then you get the iHeart 3-month free trial or whatever with iHeartRadio. And then now they have a new deal. Well, actually, before is when they offered that iHeartRadio deal, that was the only deal that you can go to. So if you went to try and get MoviePass, maybe you're just I'm hearing a lot about it, let me go ahead and do this. That was the only deal that you can get. It's the $10 iHeartRadio deal, which is a movie a week, which kind of sucks for people who signed up for it around that time, because it's not like the deal that I have, but it's still a great deal. I even set it up in one of the other podcasts, and I'm gonna leave that in the description below, that other podcast where I talk about that one. But it's still a good deal, but it sucks because you don't get the other deal. Now, what sucks about that is that if you signed up around the time getting iHeartRadio, and let's say you're not a fan of iHeartRadio, but then you still signed up or whatever, just for try out MoviePass. They basically give you an option now to where you can choose the plan that I have, $10 a month, a movie a day, or you can choose a $7.95 deal where you can see 3 movies a month and you can get the iHeartRadio 3-month free trial. Now, why I say that sucks for the people that did it is because during that limited time offer, 4 movies a month, and then you get the iHeartRadio, is that if you subscribe to that around that time, you were kind of dumbfounded to look up and see that the offer that, the deal that I have is now back on the table to where you can choose between which one you want to get. And it's like, why? Like, why even have that on the table? Because you know what people are going to choose. Not a lot of people, follow or listen to iHeartRadio. And then you put up against it 3 movies a month. It's still a great deal because you're paying for one movie, essentially, and you're getting 2 free movies. That's a great deal. That instead of paying $30, you're only paying $10. So still a great deal, but it sucks, especially if you're not a person that listens to iHeartRadio. Now, more than likely, you're going to go for the $10 deal, which is good. Like I said, the link is going to be in the description below of my podcast where I'm talking about the ins and out of it. Now, one of the things that I said on the ins and out is that you can see a movie as many times as you want to. If you want to go see Infinity War, you can go see it 10 times if you want to. Well, that's obviously not the case as of lately. Ever since, matter of fact, the weekend of Avengers Infinity War, they basically did a upgrade or update of the app. So that Friday, when I wanted to use it to see Avengers Infinity War for the 3rd time, I was going to take my son. I couldn't even use the app. I had to update it. And because my phone is low, is like I need a new phone, basically, put it like that. And plus, it's older. It's a Galaxy 5, Galaxy S5 or whatever. And it's like I need a new phone, but it was taking forever to load. And when it finally installed the update, I was able to use it to see a movie more than once. Now I can. Now they have it on there to where it's completely blocked out to where it says you've already seen this movie. Now, given the fact before this whole thing started, they had that on there to where you can only see one movie once. You can only see a movie once or whatever. And, whatever. But ever since I got introduced to, them taking that away to where you can see a movie more than once, it was like I got used to it. That was actually pretty cool because if I go see a movie and I'm like, man, my son would want to see this. So let me go ahead and take him too if I went to go see it before, because I did that with Ready Player One and I think a couple other movies. I went to go see it like once or twice or whatever, but with my son. And it was like, that was cool for those occasions. I guess a lot of people thought like I did with Avengers Infinity War to go see it multiple times, which I've already seen it 5 times. I want to see it probably a few more times before it goes out of theaters completely and go to Blu-ray or whatever. But it was like, when I got hit with that, I'm like, wow, so now I can only use this card I can only use this card to see a movie once. They don't give you the option. You can't even sneak in, and do it. So it was like, it made me kind of upset. And I still don't fully understand. And maybe somebody can help me understand. But I heard basically looking at other reviewers talking about it as well, the latest update, and saying that they did that because of Avengers Infinity War. That's why it changed that weekend. And the reason is that they lose money on it. Is that if you see a movie more than once, then they're losing money and all this stuff. So it's a kind of financial thing, which I get, I get. But at the same time, why even give us the option of seeing a movie more than once if you're going to take it away but then bring it back? And that's just kind of like the flaw, which, I'm benefiting from, MoviePass. So I can't even like sit here and really complain. If I complain about MoviePass, you can just look at me and be like, dude, you're stupid. Even I understand, like, yeah, they're, going to, they're going to, you're getting a good deal, whatever the case is. But it's just all these changes that they're doing, and now it's like you can only see a movie once, which I still don't get. We're seeing the movies for free, which I guess people are like, you're seeing a movie for free, so why would you do it? But what if I want to see that movie again? Then now I have to pay for it. So yeah, I can be mad about that because I would want to see it, through the iPass, not iPass, but the MoviePass. So yeah, now they have it to where you can only see a movie once. And they basically have it to where like certain cheats that people have done with the MoviePass, which I said one of them was, and one of them is that MoviePass just sends the money to your card. So I know a lot of people were getting, around the system and having pay for the ticket, having it recharge or something somehow, and using their card again for concessions. So they wouldn't have to pay, this and that, which it was like, okay, cool, whatever. But now they have it to where you can't do that. You have to take a picture of your ticket stub and everything else. And that they even said that even if you don't take a picture of your ticket stub or whatever, then your account's going to be canceled. It's not going to be suspended. It's going to be canceled, and you won't get another chance to subscribe. So I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't made peace with it. I can't see Avengers 50 more times with the MoviePass card. So it kind of sucks, but I get it. It's whatever. Not complaining because I'm still getting a great deal out of it. $10 and I could see 30 to 31 movies a month if I wanted to. So, hey, what's there to complain about? One thing that happened that I mentioned earlier that did happen today, which I'm trying to get, straightened out with MoviePass. So, basically, I guess they have it to where if you don't upload a ticket stub, that you can't use the MoviePass card again until you upload that ticket stub. And I already said how it happens. Go check it out on my other podcast. But basically, I had the movie stub. I always take a picture ticket stub. I take a picture anyway, upload it on YouTube. Not YouTube, but social media anyway. So it ain't no thing or whatever. And it's easy. So I went to take a picture of it. I think it was Overboard I saw last night. Went to take a picture of it. The app said that it's not responding. So I got out of it, tried to take a picture again. Got out of it, went back in there, tried to take a picture again. It said that the app was not responding. So I had to close out of it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it tomorrow. Whatever. I have enough time. I'll just find out and do it tomorrow. Today comes. I want to go see a movie. So I went on the MoviePass app. I opened up the app. I can't even browse or do anything on the app because that's popped up. So I can't do anything unless I upload the ticket stub. So I was like, okay, well, I still had a ticket stub on me in my back pocket. Take a picture. The app says it's not responding. I'm like, are you kidding me? Do it again, not responding. So what I did was that I went into the apps thing and then I force closed it, which is restarting the app or whatever. Went back into the app. Same thing happened. I can't do anything unless I take a picture. So I took a picture. It takes the picture, but yet it doesn't submit it. And I did that like about 10 times, back to back. I even did it recently. Like even before I started this podcast. I did it recently. Still doesn't even submit it. So now I can't even use my MoviePass anytime this week unless I do that, which the app is not allowing me to do. Now I'm at a crossroads because I'm like, I need to get in touch with somebody. I'm going to send them a thing on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. I'm gonna get in touch with somebody because this sucks. This sucks. I have my ticket stub. I'm going to send a picture. I have no problem with that, but I can't if you guys won't let me. So I'm going to have to find out. But that's one thing that just pissed me off. This is the first kind of like glitchy thing that I've had with MoviePass ever since getting it. First real problem that I've had with MoviePass ever since getting it. So it's kind of irking. It's irking me and all this stuff. But in any case, so they have a new deal. You guys can go ahead and check it out. I would highly recommend if you're not a big movie person, you may want to go for the iHeartRadio deal. It'd be $7.95 a month. 3 movies, a month. Hell, 3 movies a month. You only pay for one. Actually, you're paying less than a movie ticket for 3 movies. That's a great deal. Go after it. Even if you don't use the iHeartRadio thing, just go after it. But if you do want to see more than 3 movies a month, hell, go ahead and do the the $10 one. That's the one I got, and that's the one that I'm sticking with. So, yeah. But in any case, that's my kind of like discussion, mini rant about MoviePass and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep y'all updated about the whole situation with my ordeal that happened today and all that bull crap. So hopefully it gets fixed. Hopefully it gets fixed either tomorrow or sometime within the next couple of days. Hopefully. Because it really is pissing me off. But yeah, so after that, let me go ahead and get into the trailer reviews. And I already took up enough time. Like I said, this may be a little bit longer of a podcast. But so let me just go ahead and get into some of the trailers that came out like last week, very recently. So the new Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer dropped. And this movie, I don't know, like a lot of people may be looking forward to it. We probably might be kind of bummed after this because it may lead into Infinity War, but at the same time, you know that this comes before Infinity War, so it's like whatever. But the trailer was really good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. You got a glimpse of the villain in there. You got a glimpse of more what the story is. You got a glimpse of just the chemistry and, just the camaraderie between Ant-Man and Wasp and everything that's going on with that. And it looks pretty damn good. I love the way it starts off with Ant-Man being Giant Man, and he's using the truck as kind of like a skateboard, and he's like awkwardly kneeling on it with one knee, and then he's pushing it along with the other leg, with the other foot or whatever. And then they hold the gun out to him to try and shoot him, and he flicks it away, and it's actually pretty decent. I love that. As well as, like, we find out that they go into the quantum realm, and basically just, as I kind of predicted, like Michael Douglas' character, Hank Pym, is trying to find his wife. He's trying to find his wife. And basically, you see that Michael Pena has more of a bigger role in this movie. I mean, he had a big role in the first movie, but you can see that he has more of a bigger role in this film than he did in the last film. And I believe maybe T.I.'s character and the other guy's character has more of a bigger role, but Michael Pena seems to have a bigger role right next to, Ant-Man and the Wasp, or, Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas' character, whatever. He seems to be right next to them as far as the bigger roles. And it actually looks pretty decent. This is a movie that I didn't really care for the Ant-Man movie. Even after I saw it, it was okay. It wasn't, I wouldn't put that in my top 10, films, or top 10 as far as like MCU films, but it was okay. It wasn't like, it was just, it was good. This one, it seems I'm kind of like a little bit more excited for this movie, as as I would basically just put it. I was just a little bit more excited for this one. But I love the trailer. I loved how it looked. It looks like it's gonna have a lot of hilarious parts in it. It's very comedic, so I'm looking forward to it. The next trailer on the thing is kind of like a teaser trailer of 13 Reasons Why. Now, this is a Netflix series that came out, I believe it was last year. Yeah, last year. So, the whole story of season 1, I'm not going to give out any spoilers in case you guys haven't, watched the first season, but just go ahead and check it out. I like the first season. I haven't done a review on it. I'm trying to do more show reviews, but that's neither here or there. But, yeah, the first one is just about a girl who kills herself, but before killing herself, she leaves these tapes behind about the 13 reasons why she killed herself. And all of the tapes are basically exposing a lot of stuff that's going on with certain people that she know, and just in her school, just a lot of corruption and all that stuff. And so everybody is sent these tapes, and they're supposed to pass it on to the next person, and keep going. And the people that are listening to it are part of the tape. So, it was a pretty interesting series or whatever. And just watching it and just the way it ended, I'm like, this seems kind of like a one-off series. The main character, she's basically killed herself. So we got her message out, and it's like where can you go? Not to give any spoilers, but it's like there's a way that they could go, but I don't know. It just seems like they're trying to reach for something. I feel like they could have just left this alone as a one-off series and just did it like that. But there was no reason for a season 2. But hey, I may end up loving the season 2. I see where they might be going. might be going with season 2, but I mean, it is, but it's just a teaser. Really, nothing else to really say too much about it. And this time, it seems like it's going to be pictures instead of cassette tapes. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, and it's just if they try and go with her character having more stuff, it's like y'all stretching, y'all just reaching for just something to do. But hey, it's whatever. And then the next and last trailer that I'm going to be talking about is this movie called The Kissing Booth that's going to be on Netflix. And so, oh yeah, what is it? 13 Reasons Why is premiering this month on the 18th. So yeah, we ain't got that much time. So if you want to watch season 1, you better go ahead and watch it and knock it out. Of course, it's 13 episodes. So each tape is an episode. Bam. And so this next one is a movie. I forgot when this come out. I should have wrote that down. But in any case, it's called The Kissing Booth, and it has, I believe her name is Joey King up in here. She was up in The Conjuring, and she was up in Wish Upon. And yeah, I mean this movie seemed kind of interesting. Just about a girl who has a best friend that's a guy, and they done grown up together, and basically they have rules that each of them supposed to follow, and one of them rules is that her friend, he has an older brother, and that he's off limits to her. And so it ends up coming basically as, like, she gets older, a little bit more developed. He ends up finding her attractive, and she finds him attractive, and then she ends up having this like kind of romantic relationship with him, and so she's trying to keep it from her best friend, who basically says it's a no, and so she's trying to deal with all that stuff. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good. I don't know, I'm gonna check it out. It looks like it's gonna be good. Look like it's gonna be like one of those low romantic comedies and blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna just see what it is. It may not be that good. It may be good. It may be surprisingly good. I don't know, but I'm gonna go check it out. The trailer looks interesting. It sold me on it. It looks like, I mean, the trailer was pretty damn decent. So I don't know. I'll give it a chance. But in any case, so I don't know when it's coming out. I think it's coming out this month, maybe not. But you guys can go ahead and look it up. I forgot to write it down. But in any case, that ends trailer review. So let's go ahead and get into real quick what I think will dominate. What is it? It's May. I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. What will dominate this month of May? And it's a lot of movies. Well, actually, it ain't really that many movies coming out this month. I thought it was going to be more, but it's not. It's really not a lot of movies coming out this month. So some movies have already came out this past Friday, which is Bad Samaritan, Overboard, Tully, and then we got just a few other movies coming out this month. It's really not a big month, and you would think that May will be a month for like, well, actually it kind of is if you look at it, but you would think it would be more bigger movies coming out, but I guess not, because Avengers Infinity War is supposed to come out this month instead of like last month. So I guess you could kind of think like a lot of people was like, scarce to, release any big movies this month, but they moved it back. But still, they still gonna, get a lot of the money, Avengers or whatever. But Breaking In is another movie coming out this month, Life of the Party, and those are actually two movies that are coming out this week. Book Club, Deadpool 2, Show Dogs, and Solo, a Star Wars story. And those are literally all the movies that are coming out this month. It's what, like 9 movies just coming out. 9 major movies coming out this month. And so it wasn't really like, I'm just looking like, it's not really any too big. I guess you could say it's only 2 big movies coming out this month. And so the other ones is like, it could be either here or there. I don't know. So these are the movies that I wrote down. So Deadpool, of course, is going to be number 1. Which, it could go either way, because what I've heard, Solo is tracking big numbers, and it like outsold ticket sales or pre-ticket sales. It did better than Black Panther. And that's, thinking of what Black Panther did, that's kind of impressive, especially all of the controversy and everything surrounding around Solo and the directors and everything else. So that's surprising to know. But yeah, so Deadpool I think is number one. Solo is gonna be the second one. Breaking In is gonna be the top. Gonna be number three. Number four is gonna be Overboard, and number five is gonna be Tully. I mean, I don't know. It just those. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think Life of the Party might be one of the biggest ones. How do I want to play this, Chris? How do I want to play this? You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace Tully with Life of the Party. So yeah, that's where I have it. That's what I'm gonna do. So the movies that I think that are gonna dominate, May 2018 is Deadpool number one, Solo number two, Breaking In number three, Overboard number four, and Life of the Party number five. I'm more than likely could be wrong, but those are my guesses, and I'm gonna stick to them. That's what I'm gonna do. So, moving on from that to the last part of this podcast, which is the box office segment, which I'm going to be talking about what dominated this past weekend in the box office, what's coming out this week, and then what I predict the next, what next week is going to look like as far as the box office. Now, my predictions last week for this week was going to be Avengers, number one, Overboard number two, A Quiet Place number three, Tully number four, and number five, I Feel Pretty. So I was wrong. And I'm man enough to admit that, because at number one we have Avengers, which I was right. Avengers was number one. Number two, well actually Avengers came in at number one with $114 million. And over the weekend, domestically, it's done $453 million. And worldwide, it's done $1.1 billion. Yeah. In a little bit over a week. Or not even. I want to count. I guess I count Thursday as opening night, because that's the night I went to go see it, whatever. But a little bit over a week. Just a tad bit over a week did over $1 billion. So, yeah. Go Avengers. And number two was Overboard, which basically it did $14 million. A Quiet Place came in at number three, with The Weeknd came in over the weekend doing $7 million. Domestically, it did $160 million, and worldwide it did $255 million. I Feel Pretty came in this weekend at $5 million. Domestically, it's at $37 million. I almost couldn't talk at that moment. And rounding up the top five is Rampage, which came in over the weekend with $4 million. Domestically, it's at $84 million, and its worldwide total is $378 million. So I was wrong. I thought that Tully was gonna be was gonna be up in the top spot, but yeah, it's not. But hey, I was one off. But Tully did come in at number 6. Over the weekend did $3 million. Domestically did $3.2 million or whatever. Basically, and that's, basically, it did a little bit over that, because it hit foreign markets. So basically, its weekend domestic did $3.2 million, and its worldwide total was $3.4 million, which not really a significant jump, but yeah, it is a jump nonetheless. And Bad Samaritan did come in, but it came in at number 11 over the weekend, doing $1.7 million. And I thought that may be a little bit more up, but hey, I mean, it's whatever. So hell, I mean, I was wrong. One of the things that did stand out to me is Infinity War. Now, I'm going to talk about this real quick, because I'm not going to try and run my mouth on this. But Infinity War, I believe, is the fastest movie to hit $1 billion. I could be wrong. I believe it's the fastest movie to hit $1 billion. I think other movies have done it, but they've done it in like over a week. I mean, like well past over a week, maybe 2-3 weeks or whatever, and it took them to hit like $1 billion. Avengers did it in basically a week. and that's really surprising because I kind of figured that it was gonna hit it like that. Just looking at the opening weekend box office, and then it was like going throughout the week, looking at the money that was generating throughout the week, and then as it got to the end, it was like, yo, this movie about to hit $1 billion, and it hit $1 billion. Like it's crazy, like the numbers that they're pulling in, and it may be on its way to, you know, taking the number one spot from Avatar. I don't know. I think, like I said, it may end up pulling $2 billion. It may end up doing that. I don't know. I'm betting for it. I'm rooting for it to do $2 billion to, take over Avatar space. But I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't, it's just, it may or may not. But that's one thing that stood out to me. It's already literally right there on, right under Black Panther. And it's just, that's what stands out really to me, is that Disney is just doing their thing. They have two Marvel properties that then already did over $1 billion this year. That's nuts. That's crazy nuts. So, I don't know. Have you felt about Infinity War? Loved it? Or, I can say a lot of people loved it. But, I mean, it's just certain. I'm not even just going to say certain things. Because if I say what I was about to say, it will probably be giving away, maybe giving a little bit spoiler or whatever. But, it's like, some will like certain aspects about it. Some people won't. Let's just put it like that. But however you felt about it, you paid your money to go see it. And more than likely, it's a lot of people like myself that spent their monies to go see it again and again and again or whatever. Whether it's by themselves or with other people. Or just find an excuse for other people to go see it with them. So, I mean, whatever the case, yeah, that really just stands out to me because Avengers, that movie was pretty damn good. I really liked it. And also, my movie review and my spoiler review is both up on my channel. I'm going to put the link down in the description below. So, go ahead and check those out. And so, let's go ahead and get quickly into what's coming this week, and then get into the predictions. That way I can go ahead and check out of this podcast. So it's only two big movies coming out this weekend, which is Breaking In and Life of the Party. So Breaking In, basically I have to look at the synopsis, but it's really what the movie is about. It got Gabrielle Union up in there, and these robbers coming to her house trying to find something, and so it's her and her kids, and so now it's basically she has to try. Oh, you know what? I just thought about it. It's Mother's Day weekend, this coming weekend. Yep. And now I get the tagline to the movie saying that messing with her is a mother, something like a motherfucker, but they stop at mother. And it's just, just something like that. The tagline is something of that nature. You're saying, basically alluding to motherfucker, but just stopping at fucker and just saying mother. So now I get it. Okay. So yeah, now I get why this movie was released by that. So yeah, the more you know. But yeah, so it's these robbers come in and sneak into the crib, and the mother has to try and protect her family from these guys and all that stuff, and so chaos ensues. And basically, I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be good. It wasn't something that was heavily on my radar, but it looks like it's going to be good. Life of the Party is Melissa... Damn, what's her name? Melissa McCartney. I don't know, about to say... I went to school with a girl named Melissa McGee. So that's literally what I was about to say. I don't think she's in this movie. But, so Melissa McCartney, this is another movie that she's in. Actually, one of the two movies that she's in this year. And so she goes back to school with her daughter, and she becomes the life of the party and stuff like that. So it's a comedy. And so I don't know. Life of the Party is definitely a movie that I will check out, but I won't be in a rush. That will probably be just a day where it's like, I feel like going to the movie. Let's go. And Breaking In is definitely a movie that I will probably try and check out Thursday. I don't know. I'm probably trying to check out Thursday. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be good. It may not, but it seems like it's going to be good. But so my predictions for this coming weekend is going to be, of course, Avengers is going to top the number one spot again. It's probably going to be in there until Deadpool comes out. And then number 2, Breaking In. Number 3, Life of the Party. Number 4 is going to be A Quiet Place. And number 5, Overboard. I believe, and actually one of the things I didn't mention is that A Quiet Place just kind of quietly just stays in place. It's just literally sitting there, like, while everybody making all this noise over Avengers Infinity War, I'm just quietly sitting here, comfortably. I might move up a little bit, I might move down a little bit, who knows. So it's just sitting there in the top 5, and it's been in the top 5 for a good little minute. While certain movies haven't even went in the top 5, or they left out already. But A Quiet Place has some legs. Quiet Place got some legs, almost probably a little bit longer than the alien legs in the movie. But yeah, it's quietly sitting there. So I think it's going to quietly sit there a little bit longer in the top 5. And that's why I put it at number 4. I think that Life of the Party have a good chance of overbeating it, or it might have a chance of being right below it. But I think that Overboard may end up getting knocked down to the number 5 spot. Breaking In probably going to come in at number 2. So yeah, those are my predictions, and I am sticking to it. And so with that said, that ends this Take One podcast. I was about to say Take One movie review. That ends this episode of the Take One podcast, episode 69. And thank you guys for joining me. Didn't make this episode too long like I thought it was gonna be. And I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out. So hey, before you guys leave this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and give this video a like, because it will really help me out. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And you see that little bell? That's a notification. Turn that on, that way you'll be notified for anything that drops on my channel. And if you look down in the description below, you will see all the links to my social media, so go ahead and follow me on those if you haven't already. As well as there are links to my other content that's on the channel, from movie reviews to podcasts to so much more. And I hope to see you guys here again next time. So thanks and peace out.